Good morning, that's my it's your girl. Well, maybe I'm not your girl. It's this is pretty good. And once again, I call Imani. I don't know. AKA Part1, AKA Imani in the making, AKA Imani aside as a bad. Enough with the what I do. Things are forever still on purpose. This particular segment, or should I say episode, is no overkill. The last vlog I made, I ran into production problems. I have since been unable to produce. If I could get it there, and detail, get the videos together. And it has since it could be quite frustrating and discouraging. But most of all, I think life is about momentums. Sometimes you want to do. Sometimes you're in the mood, in the spirit to do something. You just get to it. For me, I woke up 4 a.m. today. Like every other night, I usually wake up into my sleep and then I go back to bed and I just go to sleep. There's something about being a creative. Creative people. I don't know if I should call myself that, but I think I've made the right to at least call myself one. So, like I said, you're very creative society, you're a very spiritual person. At times you get the gut feeling, like a constant feeling for you to do something. I'm not trying to speak. I'm not going to speak all the place or speak all the tea. Part of it. But you get a feeling to do maybe something or say maybe something or have a insight to something. No matter what you do at the beginning, you can just get your mind on it to get to it. So that's exactly what happened to me today. So, just everyday life insights that you get 5 a.m. in the morning. I said to myself, it has to be a vlog. It's about time to make one. Against all odds, I'm going to make it. And believe me, you been up since that 4 a.m. Got off the bed some a little minutes after 4:20, 4:30-ish. Decided to run around and I made some progress since the last time I made a vlog. Today I got my line playing, a little bit pop, not maybe some pop, but not the whole I'm not there yet in terms of the audio, the voices and stuff. Would eventually get there. Today I'm so excited, and then I thought about the things I wanted to say or share with people, share with myself. I got on the thoughts because I wanted this vlog to be spontaneous, deep felt conversation. If you can call it that, because I'm the one doing the talking here. But so I had to put a pause on the thoughts and then run around and things and get things going, and so I can share with myself and you what's going on. And, it's not much, it's just you could say everyday life issue that we can not almost everyone, but some people or persons can relate with. It's relative. For me, it's before I start, shout out to my babies, yo, shout out. Even though I had idea of what I wanted to share, but I still thought about how I don't want it to be just me. So it's something relative and open to connect with people, So I thought about, okay, who can chip in, who can contribute with me, even though they're going to be in the video with me. So if you could texted my babies, yo, I love you so much. You don't know how much it means to me, because I'm so excited. I can't wait for me to skip all should I say preambles, introductions, or preliminaries, and then get to the odd gist. Yeah, I real quick texted them, and then So I got some questions that got me all pumped and fired up, like even more. So to my babies, like I keep a tight circle, very tight circle. Like I'm an open-minded person, off the record. Friendly, but at the same time I don't keep dabbling different. You know, I connect with people I connect with, and I don't connect with other persons. So be it. So, but you know, it gives me joy to see people when I'm dealing with people who gas me, whether knowingly or unknowingly. You know, people I can always run to for ideas, for advice, and they come through like that. Rest assured, I'm just that kind of person for my babies as well. So, like I said, the questions that came in, the topics that came in, had me like, wow, like I'm going to like need. Though I plan to keep this as short as possible because of the resource issues. So the less clips you make, the easier it's going to be for me to patch them up and again post them. So like I was saying, so I got some really really insightful and then inspiring comment questions and topics. Some of the babies could not respond in time. I have to take into consideration the time factor. So to the ones who couldn't get their stuff, sending the topics and questioning as early as I'd love to, rest assured that it's definitely going to be next time, for me and you. So we get to the ones whose question came late. If I'm unable to get to those questions, then I'll be talking about them some other time. So for today, I chose the first three questions or responders that came in, and trust me, they're no less interesting for me. The questions and the topics really got my juices flowing. So I'm ready to get to it. To my babies again, thank you so much. I really love you so much. Love you. You're one of the reasons I keep going, and thank you for always pumping me and telling me I keep going, this, trying to do it moving. So like I was saying, what I want to share, 2020. What a year. Funny, not funny situations, all of them, and then also comical situations. A wholesome year, like fully packed with action movies. Like real life action, like real life situations. Trust me, it's been a lot to take in. At some point, we all thought the world was going to end. 2020 has been like what? Has been like we still have like what, a month left or still some days. Even though the year itself feels like 5 years. Like almost everything. For me, almost like your life came flashing before your eyes. Like for me and for most people that I know actually, like my big friends and acquaintances, and then it got to a point where you at that point you had to relearn everything you've been taught or everything you've known or discovered or learned, and then unlearn some things that you feel like at this point these things should no longer go with me, or they no longer work for me, or they should no longer work, or they don't, just however you see it. And then after all of this flashbacks, additions, subtractions, multiplications, you still had to learn again, relearn what life truly is to you, how to see things in a different perspective, and then that's at the point where if are you on the right track, or are you at least going towards that direction, or should you switch lanes? Because it's not a joking stuff. Like 2020 was a pot of hot mix. It was so much an average mind, any mind could take it. But one thing I've realized so far, for me personally, it's been a roller coaster, emotional, whatever, financial. It's just been a lot for me as well. For almost everybody, like it almost, it's like 2020 is trying to break you, but then, you know, fixes you at the same time. It's like, I don't know, almost as if 2020 makes you cry so you can see clearly. I don't know, maybe you can shed the pegs and the debts in your eyes out with the tears and then you can see clearly. It's been a loss for all. We lost so much people. Sometimes, I mean, for me, people that didn't have to die necessarily, but a loss for one is a loss for all. So, you know, political roller coaster, economical, emotional. There's just been so much that I feel like if there is anybody, any adult somewhere out there who doesn't have one thing or the other to pick and take away with him from 2020, it's almost a lost cause. I feel like an elderly person. It feels like I aged 5 times over. Like it's been, like I have a lot here already. Naturally, I'm an old soul, you know. So even though I might feel like I'm 16, So like I was trying to say, it's been a lot to take away from this year. Even though you can never be too wise, you learn as you go. Growth and healing is not a one and done event. It's not a switch, a light switch that you can just say, boom, it's on, that's it. And you need to keep learning and learning. You need to keep relearning, you need to keep on learning. As you go. What? I think I remember back in uni. Hey, I can't remember. Life. Excuse me. Learning is a lifelong process. So as long as you're still alive, you keep learning, whether it's through formal education or informal education. There's always something to take out of every situation if you're insightful. That's why we really have to be more conscious that a lot of people just run around do so many things without actually taking in the account what the events of the day or things going on around them. So for me this year I've broken boundaries or bands, whichever. Be it the ones I set for myself mentally or society or whatever. I came out of my shell. I missed all the chaos, I missed all the tears. This year, I've done so many things I never thought I could ever do. Like, taking control of my life. Being the actual person in the wheels. I mean, on the wheels and not riding shotgun in my own life. Yeah, it is. So, I can say now that I've evolved or that I'm evolving. Because like I said, it's a continuous progress. Continuous progress. My growth is continual. I learn and do everything. Name it my social awkwardness. Fun fact, I'm super shy. I worked on that this year. I used to be socially awkward, but I mean, all my entire life, or should I say, I've only been to, before this year, I've only been to maybe 3 parties to say at most, but it's not like I'm a part. The vibes can tell, man. Yo, I've been vibing all day, every day, but not like I leave at parties now or I go to parties every day. You need to have a social life. The balance, find the balance between everything you're doing. So, I've come into myself as tapped into my womanly virtues or my womanly attributes, or should I say womanly gifts. Well, to some people, it's no longer news. I grew up a tomboy, so like so many things I never saw myself doing as a woman, as a lady, which I should do naturally, by way of nature. I've got him to do them this year. Name it, social awkwardness. Being more sure of myself. my superpower besides being a woman is being and being versatile, is flexible, is emotion, is my emotional intelligence. I hate to brag, I don't brag, but let's call it what it is, yeah. So my intuition, I'm blessed. You know, my dad always tells me that I'm special. So does my mom. I believe it. So like I was saying, is I paid the price in the past or previously of not keying into those things. But now I've never been more sure and grander of myself. Like what? I've always been tough. I've always been a tough cat, a tough kid. But it's a difference between having it inside of you and then actually living it, actually running or hiding away from it. Good or I live my truth and I tried my very best to be accountable and responsible for my choices. I could go on and on about the things I've picked and learned from this year, how I've evolved, how I've grown, I've had to work also on so many things. Like the older me or the former me would not have had the guts to, like, I know when to say enough of toxic and bad encounters or issues or situations. I know when this gang be 10, my gangs know me. We move. We move on, we move up, we just move, we keep the dice rolling. I could go on have gotten bolder. I look you in the eyes and be like, what? Say that again? You talking to me? No jokes, no jokes. I've had to learn, and then I've gotten to a stage where I put my feet on the ground and say, no, take that back. You just did me wrong, and I ain't got to sit here for that, or just know when to say enough. That is no. I know now when to say no, when to say enough, and what to say yes to, and then I don't just condone, avoid, accept, and settle. I'm in charge of my life. That is. I'm going to now move on to the questions of the day and the topics that people sent in for me to talk about. Don't have much time. I hate to say it. I could spend the whole day telling you about so many things, but plenty of time. And hopefully next time will be more. We'll have better resources and have more time to spend with each other. So to it we go. The first responder is telling you, my little woman used to be little wife, somebody else still that spot, but she's still very much my wife. She goes by Melanin Queen underscore. I don't know how many underscore. Yeah, there we go on Instagram. Melanin Queen underscore. But if you find her, she's the Melanin Queen. So she goes, why can't you make your at first she goes, why can't you make your one of your blog episodes about fashion? You know how you create magic with your dressing and hair. So Melanie Queen Tenny was asking why don't I make one of my vlog episodes about fashion, or music is gonna bag me. Or and then she goes to compliment me by saying that obviously she thinks I have a great sense of fashion. I'm stylish. She goes, you know how you create magic with your dressing and hair. I really appreciate that, baby girl. Thank you. Like one of the things I said I had to go into fashion was one of them. I'm not a trendy person on anything, especially fashion. But one thing is, growing up, tomboyish and stuff. So I never thought fashion was something I could. Even though I'd always felt like I like it. Like I said, I'm a spirit person, so I go with my instincts and gut. But right now, I'm at a point where I could walk into a store and I know exactly what would suit and fit me, and I could just think of, okay, depends on the mood. where am I going? What do I feel like? Or what do I work with? What do I have in the house? And I definitely know how to stand and set that expectation. So I don't know if I can, I have it, the acumen or whatever, I have it in me enough to want to start other persons, but the band, life is as it goes step by step. So if I'm meant to get there, I'll definitely get there eventually. So thank you, baby girl. So now she later went. I did say exactly what I just said. Now was what I told her. So after thanking her for a compliment and explaining to her, so she later changed she moved on to something else. And trust me, she threw me off balance. She not that she threw me off balance, but she made me think even deeper today. And then she said to me, well, she said, maybe you should talk about how to let go of certain things and move on. I did this thing about a person that was raped when she was small, and she literally had the whole she had the whole image in her head till now, and for some reason she can't seem to forget or let it all go. I feel like a lot of people go through stuff like that and it's just that yes might not be way. She then concludes with so maybe you should talk about how to let things that bring depression into our lives go. Mm. Was exactly the first thing I said to her, and I didn't initially want to take this topic. Why not? Because like I said, it made me think deeper. And then what I said to her was, I like to keep things simple, not simple, but things short today, because I feel like this particular topic is something we should never stop talking about. We can never share enough. I mean, we can never emphasize enough. Like it needs this particular topic needs for it to be armored and talked about for it to maybe at some point stick, or people should get the notion or the message. And it would deserve an entire segment or episode on its own for me to talk about, or even invite other people to come share, to come tell me what they think, or how contribute or chip in something. But I said that initially, but I came back and was like, exactly what I said to her. Like, I did ask you to tell me whatever you think I should talk about, whatever you want to hear, or whatever question you want to ask. So, it's not fair of me for me to want you to water down your thinking. Like I said earlier in the beginning of this episode, life is about momentum. It's about where you are right now. It's about where an individual is mentally in his or her status quo. So which means where you are upstairs is the your thoughts or your actions or your words are a reflection of where you are upstairs right now. If you're in a serious mental state, by all means, I gotta keep it real with you and keep it serious as well. So I mean, you need serious action, serious thoughts. You need anything serious, and matter of fact around you. So we work with that. If you're in a cruising, chilling mood, life is about. It's like for me, it's like emotions and thoughts in life is like traffic light or the weather. There's a time when it's red. There's a time when there's rain. There's sun. There's chill in the hair. There's heat. So basically, if Tenny is all about seriousness today, then I'll be down to get serious with that. If anybody is all about cruise, then I'm down. I can do any of that. So and then what do I want to say about that is in as much as I said that's a huge topic to talk about in a few minutes, but I'm going to say something about it. You see, the whole idea of letting go itself is deep. Letting go of anything is it's not like you picking a hot stuff and then dropping it and then that's it. No. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. It doesn't mean you're going to forget, or for some reason something's going to wipe off the memory in your head and you're going to go back to living like nothing happened, or you're just going to complain. It's not about that. Letting go is not about how it's going to be like nothing happened. It happened. From when we were little to now, do you know how many terrible things has happened to people that so you trust me, you never truly know what people have gone through or are going through unless they tell you. When you hear some people who you think are larger than life, recount their story, you'll be like, wow, how did you do it? So it's all about much more than what happened to you, much more than how sad you feel, or you rightly so, justly so. You have the right to feel sad. It's how much you want to live. Let it has to be bigger. How much joy you want. And what I meant is, where your sadness, the amount of sadness you feel or you're feeling must be less compared to the joy you want to have. You know how much you want to be happy. You know, oftentimes people, especially as young adults or as kids, older people were supposed to be responsible for us, but somehow they got caught up or lost in being, just mere humans. They cannot be perfect, and then fail to be responsible and accountable for us. So many things has happened to us that, as much as we want to blame people, it's rightly up to us to not make ourselves smile. You are the one who knows how much joy you need at that moment. Who best give it to you than yourself? The person could try to make you happy, but they can never get the right amount or the dosage right. They're the only one who knows just the right ingredients to put and make you happy and make you joy. And trust me, the truth about life that I found out is you don't even teach people how to treat you. You have to gyrate towards where the energy is positive for you. If you don't know how to treat yourself, then you'll be looking up to people to treat you right. Don't even teach anybody. If somebody's not treating you right, or something is making you sad, you can always move on to something else that gives you what you want. And not to deflect. So the idea of letting go is so deep that even that itself is a broad topic. But what I know so far is people often in stages of grief, not in any particular order. I don't know if you have the order right. Is you have to accept, to deal with things, and then people often have it's like you're in shock. The shock is the beginning stage of grief, where something just happened and you cannot believe it just happened. And then one stage is crucial to the other, but if you don't move past one stage, you will not be able to get to the final one, which is acceptance, which is healing. And before healing comes acceptance, and before acceptance comes a whole lot of other stages. And then often people get caught up and lost because it's sometimes comfortable to hold on to your anger, to hold on to the victimization, to hold on to the pain, to cuddle your pain. You let your pain cuddle you because you want to feel sorry and bad for yourself. You have the right to, but then do you dwell and live and then let that swallow you or swim in it for how long? Like the I don't know. It doesn't have a timeline, but you just have to find your way out of it. You could see a doctor, you could see a psychologist, but all they will tell you or teach you is how you can now accept what has happened and be ready to move past it and move on to better, beautiful and better things. Of course, that doesn't mean that's the end of the things that's going to happen to you. Life is just full of ups and downs. If not now, maybe later or somewhere along the line. But if we stay so long in one misery, dare I say that we leave room for us to have gotten out of another one by now. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying. The picture I'm trying to paint there. It's inevitable. Life's ups and downs, life and its vices. So if you stayed down because you lost your money and you're too busy getting caught up in that situation, you still have plenty of money to lose in the future. What that means is, if you're still being sad about what just happened, or you losing the money, you won't leave room for you to make another money that you will even have to lose some out of it. It's not about being careless. I don't know if you understand. I have to use money because and money is not even a light issue for some people. For me, I say money. Let me not even say what I was going to say. People will come from my head. This topic is quite sensitive. That you can tell that my mood is a bit down, and I had to turn the music down a little bit so that I have issue with the voice, and at least people could hear the message. And Telly could hear the message I'm trying to say, and then she could share with a person that she knows who's dealing with something similar. You just have to find your way. So like I was saying, so the shock, then comes anger. then comes maybe bitterness or I don't know whatever. But you'll be surprised at the amount of time people spend in the shock stage. And then you know how I said each stage is crucial to the other. So basically, if you cannot get over the shock, you cannot move on to getting angry. If you cannot move on to the anger, then if you cannot get over the anger state, then that means you're going to be so mad and bitter and bitter and go around miserable. I've dealt with things, so I know at least if I'm not a pro yet, but at least I know I have my money in the right place, or my mouth where my money is, my money where my mouth is, either way. So if you can't get over the anger, that means you're not coming to accepting the fact that okay, life happens, even though we don't want it to. Shit happens. But my life has to go on. I have better things to do in life. I have bigger places to be. My dream is still big. This is not going to determine my worth. And this is in the end of my life. You'd be surprised to find out that the actual revenge is not the pain you inflict on the your assailants, the person who did you wrong. It's actually you still carrying yourself and making something out of your life. A person who does evil will be surprised that, wow, did I, what, you might not see it, but at some point they'll be shocked about how you keep rising. Like, kill me, stab me, wound me, cut me, I'll rise no matter what. That's the only true revenge. The satisfying, the silver lining that you can give to yourself. You be in control. Take your fate and your life into your own hands. Don't let anybody determine the end of your story or write your story for you. And I know, like I said, some people, maybe most people are past the shock stage. From being shocked, is like, nah, this did not happen. It didn't happen. I can't believe it. They want to lie down and wake up and think it's going to be gone, but it didn't happen. So the amount of time you spend in that state, determines how you're going to heal from it, or when, if there is actually any time. So then a lot of people still are caught up in the anger stage, because those two stages are dangerous, but also important, to be able to skip to the acceptance and healing. So, and then they're angry for so long, maybe it's a family member who were meant to be protecting us, who actually inflicted, pain on us. And that, I can tell you, can be quite shocking. But then you have to find a way to move from the shock that is this thing happened. Get angry. Don't let anybody tell you to be angry. Own your emotion. Own it. No, don't let anybody tell you and calm down, this and that and that. There's a time to calm down. There's a time to get angry. When you be calm all the time and you're bottling things up, you're bound to explode and try and kill somebody or yourself. That's just, I'm keeping it real with you. So own it. Get angry. Curse. Yell. Cry it. I mean, maybe not my motherland kind of curse, but even sometimes I'll be cursing people out my motherland way too. It depends on what you did to me. I have the right to. So, and then after that, then you can, it's like venting your anger. It's like holding things in. And then you let it go. Also, one last thing that I need to say before I move on to, I can't believe I've spent so much time on, the Tenny alone, and I have two other persons to go. And to be honest, I feel so sad that the resources or the lack thereof is beginning to tell weigh on me right now. I feel like right now. But I can't let that stop me. I still have to see to the end. Like I was saying, and also one thing I would like to say is sometimes we want people to take to be responsible for what they did to us. We want people to understand that they did us wrong. We want people to be sorry for what they did, but sometimes we need to accept that some persons will never be sorry for what they did to us, or come back and apologize, or we might not be able to get the kind of justice we need at that point or for a long period. Let me paint you a scenario. Regardless of who perpetrated the evil, the rapist, so to say, be it a family member or somebody you don't know randomly in the street, it still happened. It's still a grievous offense, a huge crime, a huge violence done to another person. So, okay, check this. So, whilst first you're in shock, then you're angry, you need justice, and then you want for the person to be sorry for what they did, you want for them to atone, you want for them to be accountable and responsible. And then maybe you've been unable to find the person because maybe it happened randomly in the streets. That one, and then for for years you maybe, God forbid, you still get up in that news, you cannot let go, you're still in pain, which is normal, and then only maybe 10 years later or worse or more, and they find out the person is dead. He or she died from a cause that has nothing to do with you. How do you still feel? Of course, you want them to suffer or maybe probably die in relation to what they did to you, but do you still get angry? I mean, would you not get it? It's normal for you to still get angry on God, like, how did you let this happen before I, get my event and stuff, but for how long? You deserve joy. Beyond what has happened to you, beautiful things are coming. You deserve to leave your door open for those beautiful things and leave your arms wide open. Clear this negative energy, clear the space, submerge. Let the negative energy and bad whatever these so good ones can replace them. Even if you were to be a family member, so the person you're still waiting on the revenge and justice, and the person dies from anything that has nothing to do with you. I've been recording for over 2 hours, and I think the music is gone at this point. Obviously so, and trust me, this particular topic is so, I don't know, it's really serious. Like, it's getting to me and so many other things, resource factors, and I had to just stop in between and chat with one of my babies. Like, I'm losing my mojo, and he goes, God forbid. Trust me, I love my friends so much. They be hyping me when I need it, because I'm always like, hmm, hmm, you know. So that particular topic, Tenny or whoever is listening, is anybody going through something similar? If not professional help, somebody who is wise and then has emotional intelligence is important. I'm a good enough help, but like I said, you can see it's taking me forever to at least try and shed a little light and give a little idea of what I'm trying to say. So it's something that you might need couple of sessions for. So like I was saying, get help or from a professional. And if you don't have the resource to get professional help or the money, you might want to talk to somebody who is wiser and has emotional intelligence. Importantly, some people, even though they are wise or maybe knowledgeable, not necessarily wise, they do not know how to empathize or apply emotional intelligence, and that's quite important in life. So they want to advise you, and the first thing they open their mouth is going to set you off. And you be like, why did I even open my mouth? There's certain things you need to say. There are some words, even though there are words you should use. For instance, people with high emotional intelligence would know that they're not supposed to say, even you, why did you go there? That's the wrong choice of words. Even though you're trying to hammer into somebody a sense of self-care and self-respect, or when let somebody know when to be sure not to walk into danger, or make sure you don't put yourself in situations that are dicey. There are other things that you can choose to use instead of that. So make sure whenever you're talking to someone that has emotional intelligence, that is not going to say something in line with victim shaming or blaming. So seek help, most importantly. And then that's about, I wish I could say more, but that's about all I can say. And I hope the little I said gave you at least an insight into how you can let go. So Tenny also asked him some other questions, like, what does it feel like being so far away from your family? It's not easy, trust me. Sometimes you need that people to cuddle and hug you and then see familiar faces around you, and then makes life easy, everyday life easy. But then there comes a time when you have to get up and go do what you gotta do and then come back home. So that's just that for me. And then she also says, do you ever feel lonely? Yes, I do feel lonely. I don't think there's someone out there somewhere who doesn't feel lonely. Even animals feel lonely. Where be it often or rarely, we all feel lonely. I do.